Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. It's Amy Gretchen, and this is the first of several 2021 December daily videos that are promised to come in the month of December. So this video is going to be pretty quick. I just want to show you how I'm starting off my album, and a lot of the work was already done, and that is because really you saw that I have my album. The one thing I do not have with my album is the rings. I just ordered them on Amazon. I did order what I thought was 2.5 inches, and they were more like 3 inches, and so I had to return them, and so I ordered again. Hopefully I will be getting the ones that I need, but those are coming on Monday, so I should have those shortly. And then I created this. So this is actually going to be the back of on this page, and then I'm going to stick the number 21, which is for, the year 2021, obviously. And then on the back side, I've got Bring on the Joy, and this is also woven into the paper. Now, if you are a part of, or if you signed up for the classroom Back to Basics, this was the project that I worked on. It wasn't this exact project, but it was a project where I was weaving papers with a pattern. So I really loved the look of what I created, but I created a larger one. And so I decided to do something smaller. And this one I wanted to make a little bit more monochromatic. So it might be hard to see, actually, if I get up close, you can see that I've got this really small dot pattern, and it shows through really lovely. I just love the way this looks. And then, like I said, on the back side, there is this file, Bring on the Joy, that I just went ahead, I think I probably made it a little bit bigger, and then printed it out. So I wanted to explain this a little bit to you guys, even though I'm not able to show you how I did this, just because I feel like this is a technique that I learned, or that I taught in that class. So if you want to know how to do this, you're definitely going to want to get that class. I think my class was, or my lesson was day 5 of that class. And I don't believe it's very expensive. But the one thing I wanted you guys to be aware of, and I ended up keeping all of these little pieces. These are the pieces that were left over. When you are doing a word, or you could even do this with a photo, that would actually be really cool. Maybe that's something I will try for this, to do a photo. You're going to want to print your print twice. So have your exact measurements. So mine is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And of course, if you're doing one of the larger albums, you can just make it as big as you want. And then you're going to print it twice. So I printed this twice, and then following the technique from the lesson, you're going to make slices going horizontal, and then cutting all the way through the paper vertical. So one print is going to be cut horizontal, and the other print is going to be cut vertical. And when you go to put it together, the most important part is you want to make sure that you are skipping every other one. So you can kind of see, and I don't know what the right puzzle is here. You can kind of puzzle it together. But what I ended up doing is I would put one down. So let's just say, and I'm sorry, this is kind of hard to explain. And I feel like there are extra here. That is the same thing. But let's just say this is what it looks like. Obviously, you want it to look, exactly how it's printed, just sliced up, right? So if you put this one on right here, so I've got this vertical piece. Let me see if I can get that focus. So I've got this vertical piece that I've put on, and then I'm going to skip the next one, and then I'm going to go to the next one. So then I would end up skipping this one, and then I would go to this one, right? And then I'd put this one in. And you can see, you just try and match it up. And then when I've done that one, I'm going to skip this one, and then I'm going to go to this one, and then I would match it up. Now, obviously this isn't matching up because I don't have the pieces, right? They're not in order, and I don't want to take the time to find them. But I just want you to be aware of, see, there we go right here. I'm matching it up. You don't want to do every single strip. You just want to do every other one. And that way you're able to get your pattern so it fits perfectly. So hopefully that made sense. That's definitely something that you're just gonna have to play with. If it doesn't make any sense, go to the classroom and check out my lesson, and then you'll know what I mean. With your vertical strips, just do every other one and match them up as you're putting them in. Just match them up to the letters. I think I'm gonna have to do this with a photo. That would be really, really cool. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna do this with you guys really quickly. All right, so I thought I would just hop on here as I'm working to adhere this 21 down. The adhesive that I'm using, I believe, is from scrapbook.com. I know that I have a 1/8 of an inch, but I could not find it. So I'm using my 1/4 inch, and you saw that I just kind of cut it down the middle to make it a little bit smaller so it would fit on the number. I'm doing this tape because it's a little bit more secure, and I definitely want something that's going to be on the outside to be more secure. The one thing that I would suggest when using this tape is to really burnish it down onto the surface that you're using so it becomes more permanent. If you don't do it, it's more likely to come up. So just make sure to rub it on. You could use the back of your fingernail or even like a bone folder or something like that. And then I just centered it into that circle, and then I am done with that first page. So onto the back, I didn't really explain this in the beginning, but the Bring On the Joy, this to me was a lot about what I want this album to be about and what I want this year to be about. But the other word that kind of started coming up for me as December was coming closer and closer was hope. And so I thought that I would do a story about that. And I don't know if I'm going to include it in the beginning of this album. I was thinking of starting this with a photo of my family, and I end up just jumping into day one. But I may go back and add that photo of my family and then do a little bit of journaling. But if I do that, I will definitely let you guys know. At any rate, this is how I am beginning my album, and I will probably put December daily on the bottom of that 21, but this is how it all begins, you guys, and I'm really excited for this month to be able to share my album as I continue to work on it. So up next tomorrow, I will have days 1 and 2, so you can look forward to that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.